I think I agree with your man when he congratulated you in advance, because by September you all be ready, eligible to do national service. For now, you will still refer to you as prospective national service persons because you are still in school. You haven't even gotten your PIN codes to register to get the NSS number to do national service. So I am here to give you an overview of the National Service Authority, what we do, our mandates, our do's and don'ts, and then a few things that if you do, you will not be eligible. You will not get your certificate. For now, we just want you to know that National Service is an organized organization. We are very, very organized, ready for all graduates who come out of all the tertiary institutions. Very important. As an organization, we are legally constituted. Why do I say this? National Service was established in 1973 by an NRC, National Redemption Council Decree 208. We can only talk about Dr. Ibn Chambers. I don't know whether you know him. You don't know him. So unfortunate. You can Google. He's one of our leaders. In 1973, he was, he used to be one of the those who piloted national service. 1973. He had been a minister, and he's still somebody. Recently, when they were doing the ECOWAS 50th anniversary, I think he played a major role there. This man. We started it in 1973. That one, it was limited to only the 3 universities at the time. University of Cape Coast, University of Ghana, and then University of Science and Technology. Then it moved on and on and on till 1980. The Act of National Service was reviewed again. At that time, it was reviewed to include all the polytechnics and other tertiary institutions. And happily, they even included secondary schools, sixth formers. Something happened. There was a demonstration that made the universities sit at home. So for 1 year, there wasn't going to be national service coming out because they couldn't complete school. So there was a quick dash that included, at that time it wasn't senior high, it was sixth form. So they just pushed the sixth formers there, and it became a convention that sixth formers were also part of the national service. Until it got to 1995 or so, when they exited all the sixth formers and only senior high school graduates were going to churn out from the universities. So when the last group of A-level students exited, the organization decided by way of policy to include senior high schools. So I was one of the people who went round. At that time, the registration process wasn't digital. It was just manual. Some big was it A3 or apart from A3, we have another size. Is it A5? A long sheet that we used to do the registration with. Your pictures are fixed on it. So each sheet covered more than 20 prospective NSPs. And that is how we did it. We visited every senior high school in Ghana, those that were there, until later the government realized in view of the huge numbers, they couldn't pay. So we should still limit ourselves to the universities, the tertiary. So in a particular year, unfortunately, a district can have 20, 50 NSPs working as the nominal role, whereas now in one particular district we can have 500. The minimum is sometimes 500. At that time, because we didn't enroll, or we didn't roll out the senior high school program, we had a few people who came out from the university to do national service. But then on we went, and because of the numbers that were coming from the senior high schools, the nominal roll figures of our national service personnel doubled up again. So it became normal again for us. We've been working with the 1980 reviewed document until recently, just last 2020, when National Service decided to review its policy framework again, legal framework. And now successfully we've been able to do it. Last year, 2024, we had the National Service New Act. The 1973 one was NLC Decree 208. Then in 1980, we had Act 426 of Ghana's Constitution. It was part of it. And now we have the National Service Act 1119. That is the new Act of National Service. Act 1119. And that act made national service become an authority instead of a scheme. A scheme, the authority, when it became an authority, it has helped us to widen our scope. And as a result of the new Act of National Service Act 1119, there are a lot of things that we are doing that has been captured in the Act. And that includes the new vision and the new mission. The new vision is a leader in youth service. That one is still the same. In Ghana, we don't have any youth group that is organized like National Service. It's only in National Service that you get beautiful young men and women who are disciplined. Disciplined because they've graduated from university, from tertiary, and they are malleable. You can do anything with them. When you talk to them, they listen. At a point, we had an engagement that was about 2012. This woman, our vice president, used to be the vice chancellor of University of Cape Coast. National Service did a program in Ejura. We did some farm program, and we were actually giving them out to all the tertiary institutions. And we invited this woman. And when she came, the comment that she passed was managing one university, the University of Cape Coast, was wahala to her. So how do we manage all these tertiary institutions coming together in the name of national service? What is our secret? Because when they come down to national service, they are normally disciplined. They do things, much better than when they are in school. And you know the secret? The secret is that you are no more students. You are no more complete adults either. You are in between. You are transitioning. And because of the transition, you always pay attention to details. Wherever we send you, you want to work, you want to learn, you want to be mentored. So even those very wild students, weird students who cannot be managed, by the time they go and come back in a month or two, you see that they are so subdued. That is the beauty of national service. So we can confidently say we are a leader in youth service. As our vision. What is our mission? Our mission used to be, before then, the Act 426 mission was mobilize and deploy. As we are doing now, we are putting you together. We'll get all your NSS numbers. And then, before you could say that, you've been posted to you've been posted to here. Just as I was posted. I was posted to Bono East, far away. I never knew the place, but I took up the posting just as you are going to take the postings that will be assigned to you. That was before. Mobilize and deploy. We mobilize all your inputs and then we post you. But now with the act of 1119, things have changed. We realize that there is a lot of unemployment in our system. We have a lot of unemployment in our system. So National Service sat down to think about you. And the conclusion we drew is that why don't we make you people employable? Why don't you, do things in such a way that by the time you complete your national service, you are fit for something. Either on your own, either you being able to do something in your own small corner, or you coming together as students to do something on your own, or better still, working under private organizations, or National Service embarking upon farm and other things for you to do. So we came out with a new mission called Deployment for Employment. So we deploy you, and by the time you are done with your national service, you are fit to be employed. Or you won't just go and join an unemployment association as if you are not worthy of anything. We are making it look like by the time you are done with your national service, you are somebody who can be in your small corner and still do something to, get something inside your pocket. And that is how come we have deployment for employment. Under the deployment for employment, there have been a lot of initiatives. One of them was what we call the Tech Lab. The Tech Lab, we actually put all of them together at our headquarters. It is a 6-month program that we put personnel through, whether you have a background, whether you did something in IT or not, whatever you did, we put you together, and then they teach you how to develop your own apps that you can sell. So by the time they are ready, they do presentations for us to know what they have, and then they sell their apps. We facilitate that for them so that these big organizations can take them up and give them beautiful monies for the work that they have done, so that they can just collaborate with them and then be on their own by the end of their national service. That is one of them. We have what we call accounting aid. That one, we started it, it didn't see the light of day, but then it will still go on. We were going to train a lot of our accounting and marketing students, accounting, marketing, and then procurement students to visit these market women who do not have proper books of accounting. They were going to take them through to be able to open their books and, manage their accounts for them. So throughout the service period, that is what they were going to do. Sometimes they were going to do that in collaboration with Ghana Revenue Authority, so that they can get all of them captured in their books for the purpose of tax. You know what? Sometimes, because they don't have proper books, either they are overtaxed. Normally, they are not undertaxed. Most of the time, they are overtaxed because they don't have proper books. Because of that, we agreed to do this. We started it. We stopped along the way. It's still in the pipeline that we want to do. By the time we are done with it, you are going to be the personal managers of these big market women who operate with billions of cedis, and yet people just take an advantage of them. You are going to be their personal assistants and help them to manage their books of accounts so that nobody can take advantage of them. That one is there. We have a lot of other projects. For example, National Service has acquired 200 acres of land in Kumawu in Ashanti region. And what they have started doing, as I speak, we are cultivating 4,000 acres of maize, rice, and cowpea, and then tomatoes. The tomatoes, they started it last year. This year, last year they started with 2,000. This year 4,000. The tomato farm, if you go there, you marvel. It's so beautiful. And one thing about it is that women are not exempted in this project. What are the objectives of national service? Why do you think we do national service? As you sit here, you know yourselves. You only know yourselves. You don't know students in the other tertiary institutions. So by all of you coming together, for example, I am the Greater Accra Regional Director. It's not maybe a section, a smaller percentage of you will be posted to Greater Accra. Other pockets of students from all the tertiary institutions will also come to Greater Accra, and then together you come and we'll work. We'll do a lot of things together if you care to know. So in so doing, you get to know yourselves. Oh, you, where did you school? You know, like that. Before you are where you've become friends, you are mingling. You are from Ashanti region. This one is from Upper East, Upper West, and all that. So social cohesion. Before you could say, Jack, you are friends, you are marrying, you are doing this, you are doing that. Everywhere you go, every region you go, you can confidently say, I have a friend in this region. I'm paying the person a visit. For example, I attended a program in Northern Region, Tamale. When I went, it was the political era. When I went, all the hotels were fully booked. So they gave us a hotel. The place wasn't too good for me. What did I do? I just called somebody, in actual fact, not somebody who I did the service together, who worked in my office, who is operating a hotel. He just took me away from the place, put me in a very good place, made sure I enjoyed my stay the whole week. I didn't pay a damn. I had good food. By the time I was going back, they had given me a beautiful northern kente cloth. They gave me, what's it, guinea fowl. Yes. They put them in a box for me. I'm letting you know the beauty of national service. What wrong did I do? The only wrong I did was, working with her in my office. She was my friend. Now she is an entrepreneur, and she made sure I enjoyed my stay there. So the same thing would have happened to you if you have a friend there and you have gone there and there is an issue. You just call, oh, I'm here. Oh, please come. So that's one of the objectives. The other objective is by the time you are done with national service, you have learned on the job. One Nigerian man I worked with told the story during one of our sessions with our young people. He said that your little boys and girls, when they come and we are chopping our money, then they, because the allowances don't come early, when we are chopping, they say, so they are chopping all the big monies and they want us to do all the donkey job. And I always tell them that your time will come. So one of the objectives of you doing national service is to do all the donkey jobs that you think it's not fair for you to do. By the time you are done with national service, previously, by the time you are done with national service, a job is waiting for you. Do all the donkey jobs, get your job. By that time, your time had come. You get your salary, you get everything. Now we are saying because there are no jobs, we are preparing a lot of jobs for you so that by the time you are done with your national service, you will still be able to fit in. We also have national assignments that we want young people to do. And when that happens, National service is not taken out of the scene at all. We make sure you also are part of it. Let's talk about patriotism and nationalism. It's also there. This is a national assignment. If we consider the volumes of work that you do, and we compare it with the allowance that you take, we will say it's woefully inadequate. But then because it is a national assignment, because it is a paying back to society, you take it as it is. Wherever you go, whatever you do, the volumes of work and the quality of work that you put in doesn't commensurate with the allowance that you take. But because it is a national assignment, you take it as it is. It is a corporate social responsibility you are rendering to Mother Ghana. Please take note of that and don't ever complain that your allowance is small. Who are eligible to do national service? So if you know you are a Nigerian here, this one is a Ghanaian issue. Nobody other than Ghanaians are eligible to do national service. So if you are a Ghanaian, if you are a Nigerian and you are here, it's just like you are just here to warm the seat, because whatever you do, so strictly for only Ghanaians. That is one, according to the Act 1119. Number 2, you have to be 18 years and above. You know, everybody here is above 18. If you are 18 and above, we'll take you in to do national service. If you are less than 18, we'll still pardon you. Because if you are less than 18 and you've been able to, undertake your course successfully, why not? We'll take you on. We don't have a lot of you, so we'll just, brush over it. Are you of sound mind? If you are not of sound mind, then you are not eligible. Yes. Otherwise, when you come, you give us trouble. Some people still manage to come and do national service. I've seen a lot of them. Me, when you come, normally what I do is that I put you in my office and make sure you don't go out and worry anybody. That's what I normally do. I've taken care of a lot of people who come without sound mind. We don't send them away. But then the law says you should be of sound mind. The last thing is that you might have completed your course. If you have a lot of trails, we will not allow you to do your national service. We'll tell the school authorities to take your name out. If you have too many trails, you have to complete it before you come back later to do your national service. We have a department, the enforcement department at our headquarters, that takes care of that. If you are in the current year and because of some trails, you couldn't do your national service, the following year, we'll just take your inputs and allow you to do your national service. If you have any questions, when I'm done, just put them together. National service coverage. People think that when you do the national service for 6 months, you are eligible for a certificate. That is a big no. So national service normally starts from September and ends in August. 12 calendar months. But the Labor Act, expect workers to go on leave at least 1 month out of, the 12 calendar months in the year. So national service is not exempted. So when you start in September, you end your service in July, and then August is terminal leave for everybody. If for one reason or the other, you need to do something in the course of the year other than August, you can come and take your leave earlier. And then in the August month, you continue to do your service until the service ends. So how do we do our postings? Well, apart from In actual fact, our posting is demand driven. That one I have to let you know. All the user agencies send us their request as we speak. We've sent letters to them. We've gotten a lot of the requests from the user agencies asking us, requesting for your service in all the disciplines that you engage in: accounting, IT, mathematics, English, all that. So that is one of the criteria. When the user agencies send us their request, we post accordingly. We also have other places, like we now working under Ministry of Youth and Youth Development, something development. What now their focus is on youth in agric. They call it something feed Ghana. They call it Feed Ghana. And in national service, we also have the Happy Project, which is also farming. So depending on the focus of the ministry, we also post accordingly. So this year, for example, we are going to post a lot of people to engage in commercial farming. You are not going to do it. We have a lot of machines. You are not going to use your hand to do anything. Everything is going to be machine oriented. You will be given instructions on how to manage them. And when you go to our farm in Nigeria, you see how the beautiful ladies will be navigating the tractors and all that. Especially the ladies, when you go there, it's a good thing to see them in their numbers, all doing what they have to do, because that is the ministry's focus and that is our organization's focus. Just as we said that now we are dwelling on the mission of deployment for employment, we are doing a lot of things that will make you employable by the time you exit from national service. So that is also one of our criteria for posting you. And then we have national programs, immunization, and a lot of other things. I have championed a lot of them before. Many years ago, we had school library project. We have school mapping project. We also had something that we went to all the schools, what was it? We went to I've forgotten about it, but we went to all the schools, to take stock of all the teachers in the schools. There is a particular name that we use for it. National Service played a role. I was there. I've worked at National Service since 1991. So, yeah. So, all the interventions that have happened in National Service, I've been part of it. Like we also did a primary health care project where personnel were supposed to move into the communities and help them, as to how to get potable water, how to not to drink the dirty water. You think that people are okay with knowing the right thing to do, but it will interest you to know that you go to some places and the water is so brown and people will be drinking those times. So we championed all those things and we helped them, to build boreholes and others, and even how to boil their water and drink, all those things under primary health care. So that was an organization's focus posting. Now, one of the major activities that National Service also wants to do is to post personnel to the private organizations. The advantage that you will enjoy is that when you are posted to the private organizations, at the end of the month, you get your salary or your allowance without any pain. Whereas when you are posted to the public organizations, because of all the steps, all the stages that you have to go through, my team member will take you through that. So now we are advocating that as many as you can get to the private organizations and get more requests for us to send you there. After all, at the end of the month, they will pay you. When they pay you too, they will pay us 20% of your allowance. That will make our work also easier. It will fatten our IGF so that when we are going out, for example, they can give us more money to be able to do a good job on you. So we are urging you. We have visited the private companies already, but we want to urge you to also pay them visits. Let them know that you are ready to do anything with them. Some of the organizations don't know that they can engage national service. We went to one school and one gentleman asked us that if I'm doing my own job and I want to be posted to my own organization, is that possible? You know, we went with the Director General and my boss, and my boss promised him that if you are able to post yourself to your organization, I'm promising you that I'll send 2 more people to you and I won't let you pay them. I myself will pay them. Just for you, to be encouraged to become a big-time entrepreneur. So whatever you have, if you are doing something on your own and you wish to expand it, you can also employ. Even though you are an employee yourself, at that level, you can also become an employer and employ more people and pay them. After all, it's just 715. That is what we are advocating now. We are doing this because the numbers keep on increasing, and there is a lot of drain on the public purse. So if you're able to expand our scope to get more private participation, paying the personnel from the public purse will not be too much of a burden. All right. I also want you to know that if you are somebody who is, do we have somebody on steady leave here? Somebody who is working and schooling at the same time? We might have. Those of you who are like that, when we are doing your posting, we send you back to where you are doing where you are working. We send you back to your mother organization. And that one too, there is a little rule. You pay 10% of the national service allowance, not 10% of your salary. 10% of the national service allowance, if it's 715, at the end of each month, it's 71 cedis, a small money that you pay to national service to manage you till the end of the service. That one is something that is there, and my duty is to let you know. We have 2 categories of payments, and we put them under subvented and non-subvented. Subvented in the sense that government is going to pay you, and that one, it will go through a process. Every month, you have to go to your district office where you've been posted. There is a form that will appear on your dashboard in which you have to fill a portion and let your supervisor fill another to determine or to decide. The user agency, your supervisor, will prove to us that you went to work before we pay you. You send it to our office, we'll process it, we'll validate you, and then at the end of the month, you are paid. If you are posted to a private organization that we call non-subvented, you don't go through any hurdle. At the end of the month, they just take your name and they pay you. And they give us evidence of your attendance. By the end of the service, you have to submit an assessment of all the work you have done, and through that we'll give you a certificate. That one is there. By the end of May and June, you see that too on your dashboard, the annual report form or your assessment form. You fill it, send it to our office. That one is for all of you, whether you work in the public sector or the private sector. You are supposed to assess it. If you don't go to work, you even see it. You won't see yours. So the number of times that you visit the office to validate yourself for payment will decide or will determine whether your assessment form will come or not. So you make sure you don't stay at home and say you want your money to pile up before you go. Every time the form is ready for you, you just take it, assess it, fill it and send it to the office, get your money, and then you are good to go. When the time is due for your certificate, you do same, and then you are good to go. If you know you are 40 years, you are not eligible to do national service. We can just bail you, but you still have to pay an exemption fee. So if you want to do it, why not? Because the money is huge. It's motivating enough. 715. It's not bad. You say, so why are people rushing to do national service, even when they are not supposed to? Because of the money. You won't believe it. You are sitting here. The money is too small for you. But for a lot of people who have confided in me, the money is just okay for them. Yes. Yes. I deal with them all the time, and they tell me the truth. So if it's not, a big money to you, and you think you are 40 years, you are eligible to move on, just pay your exemption fee, and then you go. If you think you can't do without it, why not? Come along. You can also be exempted if you have done national service before. Some people did HND. And the HND is the same. It's a tertiary national service. So when you are done with your HND national service, you don't worry us, because your name is already captured in the system. So if you pay some monies and go through all the registration process, by the time you are coming to do national service, as for us, taking the monies will not be a problem. We'll take it. And you go and do the work. And when it's time for you to be paid, that is the time they will tell you you've done national service before. So don't worry yourself at all if you know you've done it before. The non-graduate national service, I don't think any of you were there. So I won't even talk about that. During the 80s, those who did the sixth form 2 years, we don't have any of you here. So let us not even talk about it. In September, when all of you are eligible, you become eligible after getting your NSS numbers, you can also decide not to do the national service. Defer it until a later date. That window is there. But then you can only do that when you have a health issue and you can prove it, with a medical, documentation that you cannot do national service. That one, you can't be pardoned. Or if by the time you are ready to do national service and you've gotten an admission to do a postgraduate, course that you can't run away, that is too juicy for you to run away from it. When you come with the documentation, that one too, we can exempt you. And then a lot of people have a lot of receipts. Instead of sitting down to learn, you see them only learning during exam time. And sometimes it affects them. So if you have something like that and you can prove it, that one too will allow you to go and finish with your exam before you can come and do national service. There are offenses under national service. You cannot just come and go. I hope you are reading them. In September, you all come rushing, to check where you've been posted to. My sister, because my sister was posted to, somebody said Ghana Revenue Authority, Parliament, which other juicy places, Bank of Ghana. And then before you can imagine, you've been posted to I don't want to mention Kokotesia DAJHS. Before you could say, Jack, that is where you've been posted to. How can all my friends, get juicy places and me be posted to Kokotiasia. So I won't do the service. So you'll be walking around, lurking around. You even go there until the 3 months that the registration will end. It means you have evaded national service. It's an offense, oh. Now we have actually strengthened our enforcement department. So very soon we'll be running after those who haven't done national service. So tell your friends. Since we became an authority under the Act 1119, those who haven't done national service too are going to be dealt with. So if you say just because you've been posted to a place that you don't want, and especially now that the so-called special posting is no more working, if you decide not to do national service, then it means you have evaded national service. You won't get the certificate, and getting a job, even when you have it, how many times, are we getting the jobs? How much more somebody who doesn't have it because where we posted you, you don't want to go. Some people too, under desertion, we post you, and then they made their own rules. After 6 months, I am done with national service. Let me go. I deserve to be given a certificate. Please, if you do that, you won't get a certificate. It means you have deserted. Some people will even go just after 3 months because they think they are okay. They've had enough. Please, if you do that, you are not eligible to get a certificate. Some people also decide to post themselves. I've been posted to Kokotiasia. I don't want to go there. I have a friend who is in our security service, who is now the overall head, one of the ladies. She's my best friend. We met and we were just reminiscing the old days. And then he said, Jennifer, do you remember what I did when I posted myself? And she posted herself to a beautiful place, and then she worked with them for 2 months until they started processing the money. Everybody got paid, and she was left alone. And then they said, before we can process your appointment letter, your allowance, you have to bring your appointment letter. Lo and behold, she just went to a printing press and then changed the posting. Okay. So the posting was not captured anywhere. The new posting was not captured anywhere. She thought by just changing it on the sheet, it's okay for her. And then throughout the period that she was there, she wasn't paid. So if you decide to post yourself, it's an offense. Now, we won't even go back, to correct it for you. We'll just take you out. You will have to wait until the following year, service year, before you can get the opportunity. Now, let's talk about welfare. When you do national service, we'll pay you. And I tell you, the money is good. 715.57 is good. It's not bad. One young man who used to be my friend told me that, Madam, do you know what I use this money to do? He was working, he was teaching in a secondary school. So he said what he was doing was that he will make sure they stock the dining hall food for him. So that is what he was feeding on. And then leaving all the little money that he was being paid, because his younger brother, he needed to pay his younger brother's school fees. And that is the money he was using to pay his brother's school fees. He will make sure he's filled with the dining hall food. And he was able to survive on that till he completed national service. Unless you don't want to do something. If you plan yourself to do something, you still can do it. So the money is not bad. We know everybody have NHIS, but when you come to our registration center, we have insurance companies, flooding the place with their insurance packages. We have SIC Life and others. What they do is that they charge you some small money, 5 cedis per month, and then they take care of you when you have an accident, even the death of parents, a lot of things. The coverage is a lot. When you come there, we are supposed to have come with them. I look at you we came here and we spent 2 hours before we could give us this audience. So if you are working with these people, their time is their money. So you cannot waste their time. We weren't sure of how you people would take us. So we said they should wait until we come, and then the next time we are coming, we come with them. All those insurance companies and all the other ones, those who give loans, those who sell you stuff, mattresses, phones, and others, they are all there at your disposal if you are interested in it. I want to tell you a little about our inclusion activities. We have an inclusion department in National Service. What the inclusion department does is that brings about all the people who hitherto, for example, are supposed to be here who cannot be. For example, those who are physically challenged. Where you've placed as those physically challenged people cannot climb up here unless you have a lift or something. So we take care of them too. We make sure those who have those challenges, we consider them and place them where they have to be placed. So if you have people like that here, you let us know so that we give them the best places that they can do the service at their convenience. We also have another burning issue that challenges our young men and women, and that is harassment. Sometimes you are posted to a place and all that happens is that all the men are chasing after you. I have a friend in a hospital, and you know how the nickname they give to our ladies, victim. Victim, victim. We see them talking about victim, victim, and you think it's something, it's a lady who has fallen for somebody. And normally, the unfortunate, sad aspect of it is that there are some men who have just decided to take, a couple of our young ladies every time National Service come on board. And they are the people they refer to as victims. And it doesn't end because the ladies don't care. So long as you give me money, I don't care. So if you don't care, what are you? You are selling your body for money. At this stage, at this stage that you have come to do critical thinking, oh please don't do that. Sell your body for something else other than money. Rub shoulders with the men and let them feel that you are all at par. Please, don't sell your bodies to them. If they harass you, let us know. Let the inclusion desk know. Because you also have your rights. Don't just tell them, I'm giving it to them because I need a job. For all you know, there is a story about... There is a story about a driver. A company driver who was driving his boss, and the car was brand new, and the guy too was sky enough. And you know the lady that he got, the most beautiful lady on campus. The lady who thought on one guy, that's the guy's lady, the lady that he managed to grab. Hey! Driver, you see kaka crabby or the car you see the lady walking like this to the car because my boyfriend looked at a brand new car. Because any green label in just no. He used the lady until his colleagues told him to just do away with her because when the lady gets to know, it will not be good for him. They are my friends. Not the driver. The driver's boss was my friend. And our advising is Konako Jaino. Yes, sir, and papa. So he just went and told the lady that for one reason or the other, the wife has gotten to know, and they should just make up. Because he had to borrow money all the time for this lady. But he was still using her. Why should you allow yourself to be used that way? Just because they are giving you money. For what? Ah, also I'm feeling proud of Kakre. No, one lady helped us last year. There was this man in an organization who taught them, for him, he can take advantage of every young lady, every national service lady that will come on a dear over floor. And he managed to floor this lady. And the lady also floored me. Come on. Because the lady didn't consent. And before he could say Jack, he's done it. And I said, whoa. You know what the man said? His colleagues. Retirement. Oh, yes, sir. Now, so Hano. Because retirement. Because of his entitlement, the lady should just leave everything like that. No, about inclusion. And inclusion took it. They took it and made the man suffer for what he did. I know that now he won't do that to any lady again. Some of our ladies, they just even if he's done it to me, I won't say anything. Hey, say something. Say something, because we are all there. Unless you decide to give yourselves to the men. And you the guys here. I was in one region, and precisely central region. That is where I was working. And then there is a female school. And this gentleman was taken there as national service, and all he was doing was taking up SS girls, so SS1 crying out the name. And that's him. So we got him. We advised him. He didn't take it. You know what he later did? He said we took him away from the school. Then all the girls that he's taking advantage of, he started sending pictures, their nude pictures, to the headmistress of the school to prove to the woman that I am powerful. So do you know what I did? I sent him to my office. That is where he completed his service. Imagine a person like me working with a stupid, excuse my language, a stupid boy like that, who has taken advantage of innocent girls, and then insulting the head of the school with nude pictures of these young ladies. In my office, and I started a service, because I wanted him to get a certificate. He completed the rest of the period in my office. Every morning, I remind him about what he has done. Every morning. Hey, oh no. He regretted it, but I just ignored it. Mihana, because he said, oh, we are service, and he promised me it won't happen again. It's better. Go to the woman and apologize to her about what you've done, because they are somebody's children. Why are they not? Yes, after the new pictures, now I'll send it. I saved him by sending him to my office to complete the service. So please, when you go, don't do that. I'm begging you, you men, don't do that. When you go, don't do that to people's, innocent girls. I'm begging you, because when that happens, and they decide not to, ignore it, it will come to us. If it comes to me, I won't forgive you. A lot of their issues come to our offices, and normally they are not pleasant ones, especially when it involves our national service males, because you are more vulnerable. You see, this lady I'm talking about, they said the man is going on retirement. Everybody was adding their voices to it, that we should spare the man. Even that we didn't spare him. So when it involves you, it's more terrible. So don't do that. Don't disgrace us, because it has with them and not you. It's only 715 that you get at the end of the month. 715 cannot do those things. So just do whatever you do, and then you go. I think we spend too much time, on these icebreakers. I would say these are icebreakers. The most important session is coming. So when we are done with everything, all your questions, we will address them. So at this juncture, I want to sit and then allow my colleague to also continue with whatever he has. Please, under inclusion, I forgot to talk about pregnant and nursing mothers. So my brother will talk about it. I'm a woman, so I should have, hammered on that. Forgive me. We'll talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, madam. I believe we are all okay with all the things that she has hammered on. I got the notion that the 715 is huge enough by your reactions. The 715 is huge enough. My name is Amin, and I will take you through the IT section. Before you can become a member of us, you need to be registered. A few things need to happen, right? You've heard everything she said, but before you can go through that, you need to pass through me or whatever I'll say here, right? So, first of all, I'll show you this. This is our website. At one point in time, you will need to visit the website, and then perhaps several other times you would have to visit the website because you'll be given what we term as the portal, and that is where you manage your everything. I'm sure you all have student portals, right? It's almost the same thing. So if you want to check your fee, here you check your allowances, everything, your courses and all of that. We also have something similar to that that we give you after your registration is completed. So on the background, okay, there's an interaction between your school and us. That is before you complete school. We send them a request and they give us your database. All of you final year students. So they are going to give us the details you give them. Your names and then your date of birth. They generated your student IDs. That is your index numbers. They will add them to us. Those are what we are going to use to generate your NSS PIN codes. So you would hear of the PIN code release and then subsequently your NSS numbers. So before you get here, make sure whatever you gave your school, you have the exact same thing. Otherwise, you cannot go past this stage. If you miss your date of birth, you cannot go past this stage. If you miss your name, any of your names, so what you can do is go back to the school authorities to find out what details about you they sent to us. We use exactly the same thing. So, right, so we are going to check and pay for the PIN code, and then once you click that, you should see this. This will request for your student index number and your date of birth. Your student index number and your date of birth. If you are able to get everything right, it is very simple. We show you your PIN code. Just by putting in your index number and your date of birth, we are going to show you your PIN code. And other than the PIN codes, we are showing you your full name, your index number, your institution, and then your course of study. Right? So this is what we got from your school. So these are the basic details. We are going to see the PIN codes. It's a 13-digit alphanumeric, 13 alphanumeric digits. You are going to see XXX. The GWI you are seeing here is Wisconsin. All of you will have the same thing. A GWI is your school code. So every one of you will have GWI in their NSS PIN codes. The last 2 digits, the 25 is your year of enrollment, 2025. So all of you will have 2025. The triple X you are seeing there, everybody's will be different. That is for the PIN code. It's a unique ID for every one of you. Right, so once you have this, you see the green option there, pay for online registration. Once you see this, you have your NSS PIN code. Now you pay for the registration. It is 40 cedis. Yes, I told you it's very cheap. It is very, very cheap. So you click on pay for online registration and then you are brought here. Okay, so you can go to any ADB branch to make payment, or you can pay via mobile money. The mobile money option is what you see in the middle there. The manual is there. Okay, if you want to pay by Momo, the manual is there. I think that's the easiest and most convenient way, other than getting up because of 40 cedis going to ADB to go and make payments. But the catch here is that if you are paying by Momo, you are going to pay 41 cedis. Right? It is still saving you much more time. Right? So the Momo option will be the middle one. That's the Momo manual. You follow very, very easy. Your reference will be NSS for all of us. Okay? And then it's there. You click, you see, you follow. There's a prompt that will come to your phone. You only input your code and then the money is deducted. It's as simple as that. You are done, you have paid for your PIN code. So now you have seen your PIN code, you've paid for it. You are ready to do the registration. Right, so we move on from there. You input your number, blah, blah, blah. Once everything is done, you go on to do the enrollment. The enrollment is almost the same as the registration. You come back to this website again. The first time you visited, you were here to pay for the PIN code. But this time, you are here to do online registration or enrollment. Okay, the first part, you paid for the PIN code. And then secondly, you are coming to do the enrollment. It is only 3 steps. 3 steps. So please, you'll be given this. Note that this time around, we are asking for your index number, your PIN code, because now you have it. And then your date of birth again. The only thing you are adding here is a PIN code, because you already have it now. But when you come afresh, you are inputting your index number and then your date of birth. That is to check for your PIN codes. Once you have it, you are going to add it to have access to the registration form. Okay, so you click on access registration form and then you have this. Here, the first one you are seeing here is a applicant info, information about you. This is what your school gave us. It's already there. Right? I presume that by the time you get here, you would have understood that everything here is right. Because if there's any mistakes, you wouldn't get here. Right? So this is what your school gave us. It's been blurred out. Only thing you are doing is to select the means of identification. You are going to give us your means of identification. And all of you, it's going to be a Ghana card. Ghana card is going to be your means of identification. Now, what we are going to do is match up the information we have about you to what is on the Ghana card. Right? So once you do, we are going to do what we call the identity score match. Right? We are going to match your names and then your date of birth. If there's any discrepancy, we score them here. Perfect, good, fair, bad. Now, if any other birthday. Some of you, the date of birth, you have different ones. The ones you brought to school, and then the ones you give to NIA. So I will advise that you use what you've given NIA when you are filling this form. Don't miss that. Use the date of birth you gave to NIA, because that is the means of identification we use. Every time we scan your document, we are going to compare the data to what is with NIA. So if there's any differences, you would have to go back and make changes, right? Especially the names. And then apart from the names, the date of birth. Right? So we do the identity score match. If everything is all right, you see perfect. If there's good, and if fair and bad means that when you get to the regional office, we'd have to do further checks if you are the same person. Because if you have 3 names here and 2 here, it could be 2 people. So when you come, we'll further do our checks. You move on to next, and here you are given the opportunity to fill your personal information. This is where you give us your text, email addresses, your residential addresses. All right? You are going to give us your email addresses. You tell us your gender. You are going to upload passport size photographs. Some of you, hey, passport size photographs. Some of you, like, people take selfies behind some tree and they just post it, because most of you don't know that you'll be asked to pay this. And by the time they are doing this, they are in a hurry. So when they get here, they are caught. Some people, they have the passport size photograph. They put it on their book and then they'll take the picture. So when you check, you see that the book is there. The passport size photograph is in the smaller one. Just get prepared. Something should be on your phone. If you are going to register from your phone, just upload the photo so you can be free. You give us your residential address. Your residential address is not your postal address. There's a difference between P.O. Box and then adjacent Wisconsin University. The residential address is adjacent North Legon, adjacent Wisconsin University, or opposite Wisconsin University. That's your residential address. It means I can follow that and come to your area. All right? So give us a permanent landmark that is closer to your area. You should know. I mean, you can generate the Ghana Post address and then use it as well. You give us your guardian information, your personal phone number. The personal phone number should be the one that is registered in your name with your Ghana card. Okay? In your name with your Ghana card. We are going to ask you for your date of birth. Give us what is on the Ghana card. Anytime you are asked for date of birth, provide what you have on your Ghana card. We are going to ask of your residential region, your next of kin. This is personal information you are giving us. So if you make mistakes, especially with the date of birth, then it is up to you. So from there, we are going to ask of your employment history. Madam touched on those that are working already and are schooling, right? Those that are working and are schooling. We are going to ask if you are employed. If you are currently employed, you say yes. If you say yes, another option will come for you to choose where you are working. If that option comes and wherever you are working does not pop up, if you begin to type, we request a few documents from you. Usually the business registration certificate, your email address, and then the business address, so that we create an ID and post you there. We want to post you back to where you are working. That is why we are asking if you are employed or not. So if you are employed, you kindly let us know you are employed, and then we'll duly post you there. All that we are doing for you is that it's more like a mere formality to obtain your National Service Certificate. So we'll just post you to where you are working. The only obligation is that you pay us the 10% that she said of the allowance, which is 71 or 72 cedis a month, right? So if you have any health condition, She touched on the inclusion, those that cannot, especially cannot come here. Those that are ill health. If you have any disease that you think may not warrant you to move further away from where you live, you tell us you have a health condition, and then you provide proof. You provide proof. Once the proof is provided, we are going to post you closer to your residential address. That is why the residential address is important. Right? We want to post you very close to where you live so as not to stress you. So if you are hearing me, we don't just post all of you like that. We do all of this before we do the postings. So those that are ill health, those that have terminal diseases, we give you. Those that are pregnant, lactating mothers, you also go through the same process. And then we post you. If you are newly married, you do same. We post you closer to your husband. You need to be available to service him all the time. Right? Yes. So we consider all of that. That is why your residential address is very, very necessary. So get it right. If you have any military training, you tell us. If no, you tell us. And yes, all of them, if it is no, just tell us it is no. Right? If you have previously done national service, it's a yes. You tell us yes. No, you tell us. Okay? Because you can only do the national service one time. Right? You can only do it once. So if you've previously done national service, you tell us. And then there is trouser length, trouser waist, shirt neck, shirt size. It is going to be for a special few of you that will be fortunate to be posted to certain areas. Okay? So give us your correct measurement, right? It's going to be for a special few of you that will be very fortunate to be posted to certain areas. Okay? And trust me, you'll be very fortunate to be posted there. So just give us that information, okay? And then from there, you give us your region of preference. Region of preference, where you want us to post you to. Region of preference. So all of you know you have a wish of where you want to be posted to. You have 3 slots to give us the region you want to be posted to. All of you are very, very smart, especially at least 90% of you very smart. You want to choose Accra 3 times. Yes, because you are very, very smart. I know. There are so many smart people in here. So what we have done is you cannot do that. You can only choose a region only once. So you do your first choice region, you do the second, and then you do for the third. All right? We are specifically posting you based on your region of choice. But trust you me, if we are posting 80,000, about 50,000 of you want to be in Accra, which is not possible. And so once we fulfill the Accra postings, we still have to post you. And so we check your other region of choices, and then we do due diligence to that. We post you to where your service is needed. But you have to be aware that where you are choosing as your second option, it is somebody's first. So they need to be considered first. The same for the third choice. But whatever the case is, you are going to be posted. Only that in some cases, you may not like it. But you still have to do service anyway. So give us all of the 3, and then the local languages. You select what you can speak and what you can write. Okay? What you can read and then what you can speak for all of the local languages. You do same for the foreign languages. Select all that you can speak and all that you can read. And then your industrial preference. Your industrial preference. The same way you did for the regions, you are going to do same for the industries where you want to be considered for posting. So you do for industry 1, option 1, and then option 2. We are going to consider that for the posting as well. Now, once everything is done, we show you what you have given us, which is all that you filled. Okay, we show you your picture you uploaded, your name, everything. If you go through and everything checks out, you submit. You go through, everything checks out, you submit. Once you submit, you can't go back to change anything. So check and double check. If you have to do any changes, just go back and do it. If there's no other changes to be done, you submit, and then we congratulate you for completing the registration. We show you your NSS number in red, and then we show you the PIN code again in black. So the difference here between the NSS number and the PIN code, all of you will have NSS-GWI. Okay? NSS-GWI. That will be for all of you here. And the last 2 digits, 25 for all of you. Anything in between that will change based on each and every one of you. I hope that's clear. That's the difference between the NSS number and the PIN code. The PIN code, the first 3, you are seeing the X, it will be different from everybody. You all have the GWI and the 25. But for the NSS number, all of you will have NSS-GWI and then the 25. As soon as you see this, you qualify to be posted for national service. Madam mentioned that now we want to post a greater number of you to private institutions. So this is where you do your part of the job. As soon as you have this, you can print this page. If you have any private institution you want to work with, or they require that you come to do service with them, give them this. You can write to us, or we've made a platform available for them to do the request. You give us your details and then we post you to them. Try your best and do it once you are completed with this one. As soon as you see this, go looking for the private institutions, right? Go looking for the private institutions. It is in your best interest and it helps us also. Okay, it makes our job very, very easy. Some of you will wait until the postings are released and then they are running. Yes. On authority, Madam said that there will be no special posting. The nurses and we haven't posted the nurses yet, but the teacher trainees, they are the ones that are currently doing their service. They tried it. They paid the monies, but it didn't work out. Because why would you have to pay money to someone to be posted? And a greater number of you, where you want to be posted to, is not really helpful. GRA, BOST, Energy Commission, all of those big names, SNET, as soon as you are done with service, you are gone. So if you are going to pay someone, now it's not there. Why don't you look for a place where you will be retained after service? All of those big names you hear are just big names. I'm telling you, you complete service and then you are gone, flashed out. And some of you, it's going to be a hassle. But you paid yourself, you paid to be posted there, and then you regret it later. Now, it is no more. The probability of you getting posted to where you are being paid, you are going to pay someone for, it's not even existent. So don't pay them. They will take the money, but you won't get where you are posted to. So what I'm telling you is that go to the private institution you want to work with, get them to request, and then we'll send you there to do your service. It is helpful that way. Right? Great. So from here, if you look to the top right, you see sign in as personnel. As soon as you complete this, your NSS dashboard, just as your student dashboard is created. So you can then move on to access the dashboard. That is where you also check your NSS postings. But now you are lucky, when you are posted, as soon as the postings are released, we send you text messages. So even before you come here, you already have where you've been posted to on your phone. Right? So if you do what you are supposed to do, by the time the postings are released, you'll be posted to where you are supposed to be posted. Right? So once you click login as personnel, you come to this point. We are seeing changes here again. And what we are requesting for is your username or user ID and then the password. The user ID is the email address you gave us when you were filling the personal information. When you are filling the personal information form, the email address you gave us, that is what you are using here. Your password for the very first time is your PIN code for every one of you. The PIN code is going to be your password for first-time logins, right? And then as soon as you provide that, you'll be required to change the passwords, because now Auntie knows that the password is the PIN code. She knows, everybody knows. So if I know your email address, I can just go into your dashboard and make changes to whatever I want to. So if you log in for the first time, you'll be required to change the password. Change it to a password you already have, so it will be easy for you. You don't necessarily need to be changing passwords all the time. So your old password will be your the PIN code, and then your new password will be whatever you want to use. But keep it simple. It should be something you already use so that you can be reminded. You update, and then you have a view of your dashboard. This is where your details will be, your course of study, enrollment status, blah, 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 where you'll be posted to. Okay? After posting, you come here, you see all of that. But after registration, you will see your details, but are waiting to be posted. That is what you see there. You'd only come here when the postings are released, and then perhaps you have come to print your letter, your appointment letters, right? So that is it. You have the posting letter, your IDs, blah, 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 request for service. The service certificate will only be available after your service period, right? So here you are going to only print the posting letter. If you look at the left side, the left pane, you have the dashboard, you have the book appointment, you have your appointment. The marketplace will no longer be there. It's been crossed out. That is where they offer the hire purchase. There's been so many issues, so now it's been crossed out. You come back to the regional office. We'll find a place for you to go and do your service. In fact, most of the requests, the private requests, most of them come later after you've been posted. And so if you come back to us, we look for what suits you, and then we post you there. Our priority this year is to post you to the private institutions. So when you go and they say the place is full, go back to NSS. Usually what they do is they write something on your paper, your appointment letter, and they stamp it. You come back to us, we will duly repost you for free. You are not supposed to pay for posting or reposting. You are not supposed to pay for posting or reposting. Come to the regional office, and then we'll take care of that. So on the left pane, you have the book appointment. Once you click, you'd have the opportunity to select your preferred date and time. So you select the date, you click on find available slots, a slot will come, and then you choose what time will be suitable for you. You click that, and then when it is time, you come to us. We'll do verification for you. You can go on to, yes, so this is how it looks like. Once it is completed, we'll show you, this one says Center of Regional Registration, Zone 1, Regional Office. The address of where you are going to do your service will be here. No, not the service, sorry. Where you are going to do verification will be here. So if you do not know, we'll leave the address to it, and then in most cases, the Ghana Post address as well. So you can navigate yourself to where you have to do the verification, right? The verification period, the verification is not too tedious. It's only a metric device we are scanning. We scan your letter, we take a photo of you, we compare your details with NIA. If it matches, you go your way, right? That's just the verification. But I repeat, those of you that will be posted to the public institutions, you are going to do that every month. Otherwise, you don't get paid, okay? And don't wait and say that you want your money to pile up. Some of you say that they want their monies to pile up, so they don't submit the monthly valuation form, they put everything together, and then they submit it at once. Your money will delay, Papa. I can't tell you. They will scan and then upload it, but you will see from your dashboard as pending, right? Pending. When you see that, it means that yes, you'll be paid, but nobody knows when. It can be there until you complete service, and it still be there, pending. Right? In most cases, processing. It says processing, right? And you'll be paid through Ghana Pay. It used to be eSwitch. That was where all of the problems were coming from. But we migrated from eSwitch. Now it's going to be Ghana Pay. So all of you would need to get Ghana Pay, not the private institutions, but the public ones. You'll be using Ghana Pay. All you do is whatever number you use to do the registration, you put it there and that's it, right? You'll be paid through Ghana Pay, but don't say you want to pile up your money. That one, it's a problem. It's a big problem, I'm telling you, yeah. So once you have this, you can either print it or have it on your phone. Once you come to the regional office, you show us this one, and then we can register you. If you don't do this, we cannot do your verification for you. As soon as we scan, the system will tell us you do not have appointment. So try and book the appointment before you come. This is a timeline for the evaluation. Every 10th of for you that will be doing your services in the public institutions, these are the timelines. Every 10th of the month, your evaluation form will come. You print them, you fill your portion, your supervisors will fill their portion. They give it back to you. You take it to the district offices. They do the metric device verification, and then they can input it. Okay, once they do, this is what you see. You see this there, processing. That's what you see there. The evaluation status. Right? Once it is captured, this is what you should see. All of those that are paid will be showing as paid. Those that are pending will be processing. So if you pile them up and you bring them all at once, you see processing for all of them. And I cannot tell you, like I said, when you'll be paid. Right? So all of this will be happening on your dashboard. Every time you log in, you can go to the allowance section and then have a look at the status of your allowance, right? Almost there. So we created this. We know you are going to have issues. Okay, so we created this one so that anytime you have any sort of a problem, you can visit this website, you submit a ticket to us, And then you tell us whatever problem there is. We'll solve the problem within 24 hours. If you are required to come to the regional office, you will receive a reply by mail asking that you come to the regional office. Otherwise, your problem will be solved, and then you receive a mail back saying the ticket is closed. We hope that your problem is resolved. So if you have any issue during the service period, this is where you resolve it. Except for password reset. For password reset, you just go to lost password, and then the self-service will help you do that. I believe everything has been very clear. I'm sure you have questions. So I will end here and then give you the opportunity to ask your questions, and then we'll do our best to give you the best possible answers to them. Thank you very much.